It's the Monday Morning Show. Today is April 1st, April Fool's Day. So, nobody is going to take this episode seriously until at least tomorrow. I was going to do a podcast with a taste of my new book, Illumination. But it's difficult to discuss matters of enlightenment and spirituality and eternity and all that nonsense on a day like April Fool's Day, which is why Christ did not rise from the dead on April Fool's Day.
Christ has risen!
Oh, shut the hell up, Larry. Every year it's the same thing with you, isn't it?
And anyway, I'm in kind of a silly mood, so I thought the very best thing I could talk about, the absolute perfect thing to talk about on this day would be, of course, backpacking food. Because I'm starting to put my backpack in order for my date with the Pacific Crest Trail on April 8th. And that includes food, of course. But hey, before I get into that, I just want to do a quick plug, because I've been noticing people, actually listening to this podcast or viewing it on YouTube, of all places. Like, real people. My mom can only do so much, I promise you. And in case you didn't know, I write books and record audiobooks. I'm all over Amazon and Audible and iTunes, right there with about 1 billion other people, so I'm easy to find. My name is Ken Salle. That's with a K and an L and an S and a bunch of other letters. You can also find me at kenlasalle.com. Make my wife happy. Buy something. Some of my shit is really cheap too, which is about as stellar a recommendation as I think I'm going to give. Anyway, I'm packing my food, and it occurs to me that this food, what the hell is this? This is terrible, and my studio is packed full of the shit. Why? I'm not kidding you right now. I do not have an answer to that. I still don't know entirely why I'm doing this, but I'm getting ready to hit the PCT for 7 days or so, starting the 8th, hiking from Campo to Julian. And then after a short break, I'll pick it up from Warner Springs. So, what does one eat on such an excursion, you may ask? And I'll tell you. My plan is to take my big meals. Make sure I've got my big midday meals ready to go so I don't have to pick up any dehydrated mashed potatoes or fettuccine alfredo, just add water, which are actually the good alternatives. I am not a ramen guy, having lived through both bachelorhood as well as puberty, if just barely. I've eaten so much ramen in my life that when my wife, who is of Japanese descent, told me that there are ramen places, actual ramen restaurants, springing up out in the cities all around us, all I could think was, why? Why would anyone do that? Isn't it bad enough we have to eat that garbage when we're short on cash? Or when there's an inordinately long period between paydays, so you have to stretch that money? Which is what ramen does, after all. Ramen turns money into rubber, somehow. Either that or the pills are kicking in. Anyway, I want to make sure I'm covered for my one big meal of the day, so I'm bringing real camper food. Last time I was out, I don't know if you caught this, I had Alpine Air's pineapple orange chicken. And that was my April Fool's joke. No chicken, hardly any orange. It was basically rice, peas, something that looked like red bell pepper or red cardboard, and the occasional dehydrated pineapple piece. It was so terrible I couldn't eat it. And there went my one big meal that day. But it's not all terrible. Last year on the PCT, I had some Mountain House lasagna. Now, I've heard rumors that Mountain House will give you gas. And consider those rumors substantiated. You would never want to eat this with someone you loved. Or worse, someone you were trying to get to like you. Because it is freeze-dried farts you're eating, and they don't wait. Mountain House is a one-way ticket to Fart Town. I guarantee it. The worst thing about this dehydrated mess is that there's no way you'd ever eat this stuff under any other situation. No way. Even after the apocalypse, you'd still say,
Look, over there, a dead rat.
my wife tried Nutrisystem once. Hold on, there's a point here. Our garage was filled with these Nutrisystem meals, all dehydrated or something. In some cases, she might have been eating the devil's fetus. I'm just saying, there's a chance. But at least with these, you have the chance of losing weight. What do Mountain House, Alpine Air, and all the others promise? The possibility of something that won't absolutely kill you? I pulled some Mountain House meals out at random, and I got, well, hold on, let's see. Okay, lasagna. This we've covered. It's farts, the whole farts, and nothing but the farts. And yes, I'm mostly just saying farts because it's fun to say farts. Go ahead, try it. Don't be shy. There. Some of you did. See what I mean? Next up, I've got Italian-style pepper steak with rice and tomatoes. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never heard of this dish being served anywhere but inside a bag of Mountain House dehydrated food. Italian style must be shorthand for, hey, what's that? What do you mean? It's food. Yeah, but it looks funny. We'll just call it Italian style. Moving on. Chili mac with beef. Chili mac with beef sounds like floor sweepings to me. Some klutz spilled a bunch of macaroni and dehydrated beef on the floor, and sure, they're gonna sweep it up, but they can't just throw it away. The answer? Chili mac with beef. And finally, beef stroganoff with noodles. Beef stroganoff with noodles sounds like chicken soup with broth. I'm already assuming it's going to have noodles. After all, it's beef stroganoff. It makes me think they don't know what it is they're making. And that worries me. But I'm still going to eat it. Of course I'm going to eat it. I'm going to be starving on the side of a mountain one day, and my only choice will be chili mac with beef or Italian style. You know what? Let's just move on. I've got a big bag of beef jerky. Of course. And you can't find a more masculine food than beef jerky. It really is a man's meal.
I want a steak, but I want it tough. I want it so tough you can dry it out for a few weeks. I want to break my teeth on it. You understand? I want permanent damage.
Yeah, so I got that. I got that because I was raised to be a man. By which I mean I was raised with absolutely no common sense whatsoever. What food bag would be complete without about 1 million Cliff Bars? Not mine, clearly, because I've got 8 Cliff Bars. I don't know how I'm going to choke those down, but I bought them, goddammit, and you can be sure I'll eat them even if they kill me. I was raised in a poor household so that even as old as I am, even though I could afford to buy something else, you can be certain I'll be suffering at some point with my Cliff Bars. Maybe I'll film it. My breakdown on a cliffside over Cliff Bars. It might be fun to watch. Of course, the final addition to my food bag is absolutely necessary. Who would ever consider backpacking without these? They are, of course, Pop-Tarts. Mind you, I haven't enjoyed untoasted Pop-Tarts since, well, the 4th grade. And I haven't enjoyed toasted Pop-Tarts since, well, okay, that was more recent. But I'm gonna take these with me, and when I get hungry enough, I'll eat them. You may see me on the side of the Pacific Crest Trail crying over my food, but I have a feeling that after a day or so, it'll be like fine dining. That's just what backpacking does to a person. Until next time, be good to yourself, be kind to others, and let's make this world a better place, hopefully with better food.